Amid the grim and grey legacy of the U-boat war, there is a haunting beauty in the flickering color footage that survives. Slender steel hulls gliding through the Atlantic swells, diesel fumes trailing from their snorkels, sailors in black leather coats scanning the horizon. These images are burned into our collective memory, often evoking the dreaded Type 7 or Type 9 submarines that fought a grinding campaign in the Atlantic. As the tide turned against the Kriegsmarine, the German Navy, a technological leap emerged from the German shipyards, one that pointed toward the future of submarine warfare. While the advanced Type 21 U-boat has received much attention as the first true Elektroboot or electric boat, it was the smaller and far lesser known Type 23 that actually reached combat first, quietly setting the stage for the post-war underwater revolution. Launched on the 17th of April 1944 from the Deutsche Werft in Hamburg, the first Type 23 U-2321 was a technological marvel disguised as a coastal submarine. Compact, sleek, and optimized for underwater performance, the Type 23 represented a sharp departure from previous U-boat designs. Unlike the older boats that were essentially surface ships which could submerge temporarily, the Type 23 was designed from the keel up as a submerged predator. It featured a streamlined hull, rapid dive capabilities, and most critically, greatly enhanced underwater endurance thanks to a powerful electric drive system. War isn't won by numbers, it's won by tactics. Uncover the battlefield secrets of the German army in my new book series. Links in the description. The Type 23 U-boat was not a prototype or theoretical breakthrough. It was real, it was operational, and it went to war. In early 1945, 6 Type 23 U-boats conducted combat patrols around the British Isles. They sank 4 Allied ships, totaling 7,392 gross register tons. This might seem insignificant when compared to the mass sinkings of earlier years, but these numbers are deceptive. The patrols were short, the conditions dire, and Allied anti-submarine warfare was operating at peak efficiency. That these boats could operate successfully at all in 1945, when the U-boat arm was otherwise crushed, is a testament to their design. The Kriegsmarine had finally produced a submarine that could fight beneath the surface, not merely dive to avoid destruction. The Type 23 was fast and stealthy underwater. It could dive in seconds, run silently for long periods, and strike without warning. Armed with 2 bow torpedoes, admittedly a limitation, it was meant for coastal operations, but its survivability and agility made it a potent threat in confined waters like the English Channel or the North Sea. If introduced even a year earlier, in early 1944, these boats might have wreaked havoc on the D-Day preparations, potentially delaying the Allied invasion or inflicting serious disruption on vital supply lines. A swarm of 23s operating in the Channel could have made amphibious landings far riskier and more costly. Had the Kriegsmarine deployed them in larger numbers with trained crews, the balance of naval power in European coastal waters might have looked very different. It's a historical irony that the Type 23 was essentially a prototype for every modern submarine, but it remains overshadowed by its bigger brother, the Type 21. Yet, while the Type 21 influenced the US Navy's Greater Underwater Propulsion Power program, conversions and inspired Soviet designs like the Whiskey class, it was the Type 23 that fired the first and only shots in combat from an Elektroboot. The Allies took careful note. Post-war submarine development across NATO and Warsaw Pact borrowed liberally from both German designs, but it was the lessons learned from these operational patrols that truly informed future doctrine. Today, the Type 23 sits quietly in the background of submarine history, too often forgotten. But its legacy is vast. In its small hull were packed the first practical demonstrations of underwater speed, endurance, and stealth, concepts that define naval warfare to this day. As you watch the sleek forms of the Elektroboot sliding into the sea, remember this. The future of submarines didn't begin after the war, it slipped silently into combat in early 1945. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.